All
right, Inoke Breckterfield, UCLA defensive line coach, joining us for the first time on video. Looking good. Okay, we're comfortable so far. You know, Coach, I watched you today with Donovan Carter after a play, and you just had one of those coach-player moments. And I saw one with Cassius Marsh yesterday, and it seems like you've really settled into this role and settled in with this particular group. Talk about the difference between spring and now, and just how your relationship has grown.
You know, spring, obviously, new coach. You know, it's kind of a fill-out process between me and them and me, and you know, we went through our growing pains, I guess. You know, but you know, I think they've bought in to what I bring and what I believe in, and you know, it's just been an awesome ride up until now. You know, and I'm just enjoying it. I think I got a great bunch of guys that want to learn, and so it's we're having fun. That's what we're doing.
Describe what you believe in.
You know, I believe in gap cancellation and high energy, high motor, non-stop, just intense. I mean, you're only out there for maybe 4 or 5 snaps, and you got to leave everything on the field. And that's all I know. I mean, and that's kind of what I'm trying to, you know, have these guys to do. You know, and they're responding. I mean, they're flying around. You know, my philosophy is just play fast. You know, we'll fix stuff on film, but if you're not playing fast, you're not gonna have a chance. So I think they bought into that philosophy, and we're going to be fundamentally sound in our run reads and in our run fundamentals. So, you know, it's just they bought in. That's the biggest thing they bought in.
Yeah, Coach. You know, you're not too far removed from your playing days. You know, you're not a grizzled old veteran quite yet, and yet you seem to have a real ownership of your position and your relationship with the players and all that kind of stuff. At what point did you sort of start feeling comfortable, and did you see them start feeling comfortable with you?
You know what? I try to. I'm just myself. You know?
Okay.
I mean, I am who I am, accept it or not. So I'm comfortable within my skin and with what I do. You know. So it was just basically, you know, you're dating. You know what I mean? It's just what it is. You
Okay.
know, you're trying to feel each other out.
Courtship, yeah.
You know what I mean? This is who I am. This is who you are. Now we got to make this work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's kind of what we went through in the spring, and you know, we had a great summer. You know, I was out, and these guys were here working their tails off, and I've got nothing but great feedback from them, the training staff, and they're ready. They want to win. I want to win.
Yeah.
And that's our common goal. We're gonna, however we're gonna do it, we're gonna get it done.
Yeah. I was talking to a player a few days ago, and he used the phrase, "We're tired of being kicked around," and so much of that, especially in football, can translate onto the field. When you're playing with an edge or with a nastiness, you play differently. How have you tried to stress that to these guys, that they need to take that emotion and that frustration and channel it onto the football field?
You know, my first thing and foremost is they have to believe they can win. And when you believe you can win, things happen.
Yeah.
You come out here and you work harder. It's important to you. You take care of the little things. But that's, to me, is the biggest thing, is they have to believe first that they can win. If they see some success, well, I talk about my position.
Yeah.
You know, as we went through spring, now we're in fall, and we're watching film, they can see success in little bursts. Confidence level builds.
Yeah.
Then they see the unit flying around.
Yeah.
Confidence level builds. You just keep taking those little moments and keep stacking them, and guys will believe.
Yeah.
And once you get these guys believing, the sky's the limit after that. So that's what we're doing. We're just stacking day by day, drill by drill, rep by rep, trying to stack those learning moments and those little successes you have along the way, and try to be that 1/11th of that group. And I think they can see that, and they're hungry.
You know, Coach, you probably have the most depth on this team. You look like right now you can go pretty good too deep for all 4 of those spots. Do you feel like that's built up pretty good right now?
You know what? Coming into this job, I took a look at the roster, and I walked into these guys. You know, I did not recruit these guys. I mean, there's some good players, some good depth. You know, my job now is to get them to just play at a high level.
Yeah.
Am I happy with the depth? I am, but there's everyone's got little things they've got to take care of along the way.
Yeah.
And my job is to bring Uche along, to bring Trey Hale along,
yeah,
to get those guys closer to the starters. That's how you create depth. When you get the young guys, the Kevin McReynolds and the Brandon Tulipupus, and you bring those guys along, the closer they can get to the starters, that's when you create real depth.
Yeah.
You cannot just be too deep. You want to be, when that freshman gets thrown into the fire, he can play. He's got to be confident, and he's got to be on the same mental wavelength as the starters or the next guy in. That's when you've got depth. You can't just say, I'm going to go too deep. Somebody gets a knock on wood. Now what?
Yeah.
What about that guy?
Definitely.
So my job is to get the Brandons and the Kevins and the Uches and the Treyas and the Wesley Flowers, bring those guys along. That's my job. So when we can make that happen, then I can tell you, yeah, we got good depth.
Okay. Coach, last thing for you is, because you have so much talent up front, it can't go over all 8 of those guys, but Dayton Jones just looks insane out there. Just look at a different level. Is he really as good as advertised?
Dayton is playing at a speed he wasn't in the spring. He had a great summer. He worked his tail off, and it's showing.
Yeah.
Glimpse after glimpse after glimpse. Confidence level is building. He missed a year, so he's working out the kinks, but the confidence level is building. Damian Holmes is playing out of his mind. Cassius is playing fast. Cassius is playing really fast.
Skinny.
He dropped about 10 pounds. He'll bring it back up, but he's a lot quicker.
Good weight, yeah.
Donovan. I mean, that's what we do. We play fast up front. I tell him I don't care if you're wrong. Obviously I do, but we've got to play fast. We'll get in the playbook. We'll correct it on film. But if you're not playing fast, you can't play for me.
Great stuff. Inoke Breckterfield, new UCLA defensive line coach, joining us for the first time. Good job. You sweated.